Yes, students. I'll request students all good. Srisha, you have started the webcam. All other students, please start your web camera so that we'll have an interaction. All students. Now, we'll coming to the point. Shall we start, students? It'll be fine. Students,
Good morning, sir.
good morning. Good morning. Sorry for the interrupt. Power failure was there suddenly as we have started the session. Am I visible?
No, sir.
Again, I don't know what the thing. I think the camera is working, but it is not capturing. Okay, we'll check it out. Wait. But time being, you do one thing. I have shared the Excel sheet. So yesterday's worksheet will continue, but somewhere if you're going to be not getting the details, or if you are not finding certain details because few more sheets has been added to the yesterday's data Excel sheet. The same thing I have here. Whenever possible, you can refer that sheet then. Fine, students.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
Yes.
Let me check once again. I'll log out and log in so that I can visible.
Yes, sir.
Give a minute only. Now it's fine, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good, good. One more thing. Now, within a chat box or the facilities which is provided to you, whatever the resources you are utilizing, please see that that should be utilized for education purpose. Do not misuse the same. Fine. So now, coming to the point, what are the things we have discussed during last class discussion? And
So we did errors, VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP formulas.
right. So, did you understand those aspects?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Okay, fine. So, shall we start with the new exercises by briefing of those old one? Fine. Shall we go with that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay. One more thing. I'm expecting all students to follow those exercises and do those exercises or practicing whenever you are finding time. Right, students? And again, once again, I'm saying, please be involved within the practical and exercises. Otherwise, it will be simply what we can say that the session and wash it out. It's very important aspect. We do have to be learn these skills. But only I'm saying Adya and Vachi, both the students have started their cameras. Rest, what happened? Please come forward. Start web cameras. Good, Shruti. It's a good thing to see all the students rather of seeing on the system, because I don't know behind the scene students are attending or not. That feeling I'll be getting time or fear I'm getting somewhere. So to avoid these things, please come forward. So here we go. I'm sharing my screen where we'll be discussing about the remaining portion of the yesterday discussion. Is the screen visible, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
It's taking big time. The system is having a low. Okay. Hope it is properly visible.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So now here we'll go with the briefing of yesterday's these things, and now today we'll talk about that the further remaining aspect. We talk various error functions. These are the various types of errors. The functions error written by the functions or various functions. What kind of errors they are returning if you are feeding them the wrong data or not correct value if you'll be getting as a solution of that formula. We spoke about that, how to use formula. Formula is always going to be start with equal to sign. Am I right, students? Any formula. Either you can directly give the cell reference with absolute and relative or mixed, what we have discussed, and put up the direct operators or operands in between that, if you know. Otherwise, we have provided with the ready-made set of functions that you can use. Fine, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
After that,
Yes, sir.
we discuss about the lookup. HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. These are the two things. Again, within that the varieties are there, but these two are sufficient enough that we need to discuss what is incorporated in syllabus horizontally and vertically. So application of this HLOOKUP and VLOOKUP. Students,
Yes, sir.
applications of VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP.
Yes, sir.
What are the applications? Let me know.
So VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is for finding out the specified value for a for whatever we want within a row and column that we have specified based on the function.
Right. So did you get it? I have shown
Yes,
it here
sir.
with the data validation and that thing. So applications also I told that within adjacent cell, it is going to be search the value where we need to be find out the with respect to a specific value. If you wanted to look after the associated value within the adjacent cell toward the right side, then we're going to be have the VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP. Well, when we are having the smaller data set, there we can apply these functions. But when we'll go with the larger data set, there we need to be use this match and index. So we talk about that. The sheet is shared with you. Now the remaining portion of these functions will finish it off and then we'll go to that, right? Yes. Madhuri, tell me.
Sir, I have a question. In VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP, if we yesterday we were finding about the arithmetic, those were the numbers which we were looking for. But if there in the case there is something like last name of an employee or something, in that case, if we don't put the range lookup, then it's fine, right? Like the false and that thing, because I tried that and it was coming right.
No. Okay, now it can be, but now along with that, you need to look for that the functions what we are going to be applied on text. Now it's your logical thing how you are going to be look for that, how the names has been saved in the data. Some databases are having the name saving like first name, middle name, last name separately, right? If you are looking in database, I'm talking about that. I hope you are aware about the database also, database functionality. The first name is being taken as a separate, middle and second,
Yes,
or
sir, yes.
it can be considered as a name only. Then everything will be identified with the primary key. Either it will be as your employee number, your customer account number, or like such, which will be the point where we can say that each and every individual will be identified with that field. So now, when we are going with this text kind of operations based on this field, different kinds of text operations we need to be applied. That we are going to be discussed today, text operations. And then you think of that, the mixing and combination of how we're going to be get that. So everything is possible. You can use function within function and you can do that thing, right? So now it's up to you how you are going to be excel those. So let me finish up this text and what we can say that text related functions, data related functions are also there. Once we have finished, then you can apply those also with the combination of this. But keeping in mind what are the what we can say that these things, assumptions we have considered for this data sets and for applying these functions, you do have to follow those. Those are remain there. Those will remain there, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So we'll proceed with the functions where we have left yesterday's discussion. So yesterday we were talking about the if condition, right?
Yes,
This
sir.
if condition.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I think we have done with the rounding of values to the 2 to 3 digits. Now, what I did you open today's sheet which I shared students, or yesterday's sheet is there?
So today's sheet.
Okay, it's good. If you have opened today's sheet, what I did, this data which we are used for lookup function here, this data I copied, this one, for our condition purpose, because I don't want the other things to be put up. So here, to show you if how it is going to be used. Right, students? This is the data. Please concentrate, student, and respond immediately. Don't waste time.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
So now here, please understand. I'm going to set the function here, if. Now how to set this? I done it, and I think I have removed from here these things. I'll show demonstrate directly here. No issue for that. Yesterday I showed if function. Now multiple if I'm going to show you that how it will be functioning. Now here what we're doing, enter a value. What is generated or how much cell a specific sales representative has generated. Now see, I'll give you a simple example. If I change this value, accordingly the commission is going to change. If I change this value, accordingly the commission is going to be changed. Now look after the condition 0 to 2000. In between that value is the I'll not be getting any kind of commission. Less than, sorry, 0 to less than 2000. If it is 2000, obviously I'll be getting 2000 and onwards till 3000, less than 3000. I'll be getting 40 rupees of commission. If it is 3000, then commission is going to be changed according to the conditions. So these are the conditions. So how we are going to set this? Right, students? Simple. I apply this is here. So how to look for that? Simple if statement we are using, right? Right, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So what we are checking here? Logical condition. Now let me know. What is the logical condition? What I need to check? Where I am entering the value?
The D26.
It's good. D26. I am checking that. D26. Now what I need to check? I need to set. Yesterday I told you that either I need to start from lower value to higher or higher value to lower. In a sequence I need to go. Got it? And with that respective condition, if true, then what is? If false, then what is the condition? I need to put up those details. So now here what I'll do, I'll set up the conditions from higher to lower. If the value is more than or equal to 10,000, right? So now this is the condition I'm taking. Students, are you clear?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what is the true value? How much commission I need to give? Come on, students, fast.
Sir, it is for sales value less than or equal to 10,000. So 1400. If it is exceeding that.
If it is exceeding, means 10,000 and more. So how much commission I need to give?
1400.
Right.
1400.
Now, instead of giving me false value or what is the condition I need to, or what is the value the Excel should reveal if the condition becomes false. Now there what I'll do, I'll again apply if condition.
Yes.
Right? Right, students? Because one condition becomes true, then it is going to be written that value. Again, I need to check. If that is not true, means either that value is 10,000 or more than that. Now I need to check up that. The second
Less than.
condition. Now the second condition, no, not less than. Please understand. The second condition is that what is that? 5,000 and above till less than 10,000. So 10,000 and above I consider. Now remaining value I need to check. What is entered here? Either it is more than 10,000, it should return commission as 1,400. But if it is more than 5,000 and less than 10,000, if automatically it will check first condition 10,000 first. If it becomes false, it will go to the second condition. Second condition is that 5,000 and above, right? Students, are you understanding or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So,
sir. Yes.
day 26 is greater than or equal to 5,000, right? This is the
Yes,
second condition I'm checking. Now it becomes true. How much commission I need to reveal?
500.
500. Now this is true value. Now again, if condition I need to give instead of giving the false value, right?
False value.
Because false value is not there. I'm not entering because I'm checking condition within condition. So now the second condition I need to check. What I need to check? Again,
Day
is
20.
26 is greater than or equal to how much?
3000.
3,000. Good. So what should be the true value? How much commission?
200.
It's 200. Again, if condition, right? Right?
Yes.
Yes.
Because last condition is 40 and 0. So now this is the last condition. Right?
Yes, sir.
So now if this D26 is greater than or equal to 2,000,
2000.
then if it's become true, how much commission? Yeah, the second row, 2,000 to less than 3,000, 2,000 and above, 40 rupees, right? And if it becomes false, means if D26 value is not greater than 2,000, it means obviously it is less than. We're having the range of value. Either it is having 10,000 and more or 5,000 and more 3,000 and more, 2,000 and more, right? Then these commissions respective 1,400, 500, 200 and 40. Now all these conditions become fail. I need to reveal value as a zero, false value. Right, students? Did you understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Now,
sir.
Yes, sir.
please keep in mind how much parenthesis I have opened with if statement, that much parenthesis I need to close. Otherwise, it will be difficult. Now, see, green symbol is shown with the this thing. First, if condition. Now, this is in between if condition that is 2,000 condition I have closed. Now, I need to be close 3,000 condition. I need to change 5,000 close 5,000 condition, and now I need to close parenthesis of 10,000 condition. So I have closed all the parentheses, students. Now press enter button. Now let me check 1,000, right? Are you getting the value? If it is 2,000, so 40 rupees. Let me check with. Now, let me increase one visit and let's see whether it is giving me 1,400 commission. Got it? The same way you can put up your grades. Same way you can find out particular commission, particular sales of data, and now this can be applied on a conditional formatting, and based on that you can proceed. Or you can do anything, no issue for that. So hope you have understood if and multiple if.
Yes, sir.
Good. So now we'll go to the next thing here, average. Now, what is the average thing when we are going to be talk about that? If we'll be looking, as you know that, it's a simple average statistical function. Put up that average. If I am putting that, now what is the average? Either I wanted to do the average of column, I wanted to do the average of row, I can do that, or I wanted to do the average of whole. Now see, what is the average function? It is going to be showing me that. If I type, if I select the function, accordingly what is that? Returns the average arithmetic mean. Other functions, it is returns the average of absolute deviation. So we are going to have the average as an absolute mean or arithmetic mean, what exactly. So I'll find it out for whole table also. Got it clear? So this way I'll be getting the average. Simple. Now find out the minimum. Minimum and maximum. Now what are the minimum and maximum, students? Let me know fast. Are you understanding, students?
Yes, sir. So the
Yes,
minimum is the
sir.
minimum value in our data set.
How many students are doing the exercises? Please put up in the chat box immediately. Students who are following me and doing the exercises, please put up in the chat box immediately. And a few responses I'm getting. What about the others? They're not there? Please, students, it is for your benefit. Okay, fine. Still, less responses are there. Okay. So now, minimum is going to show me as a minimum amongst available value, right? The
Yes.
same thing,
Yes,
the
sir.
range of value. Now here you can give the range of value if I'm using the same range, then set up with the defining name range I should give. So minimum amongst this sum which I did, or minimum amongst averages, minimum within the cell that I can find it out. Cell means how much cell it's been generated, who have generated maximum cell, who have generated minimum cell, who is a topper, who is a low scorer. All these things are going to be find out with this function. These are the statistical functions. So minimum value amongst given values 21.8. Now we're having the maximum value same way. If I'll go with the maximum value, then again the parameters I need to provide. If I'm providing only 2, it will be taken 2 and continuing with that. If I'm providing range more than that, but see that those values should be of similar in nature. Right, clear? Those should be numeric in nature, right? So I'll be getting maximum value. Maximum score is 40. Maximum cell is 10,000. Maximum cell is 1,400. Like that, you'll be getting. Now we're having 2 more functions. That is again statistical, large and small. So what is this? Any idea? Any guess, student?
No, sir.
Okay. Anyone, please? Yes. Just go ahead with.
So for the largest function, it will give me like if I'll say that I want the fifth largest number, so it will give me the fifth largest number.
Exactly. Thank you. Now see, maximum and minimum also we are getting. But sometimes what happens? I want you to find out the second largest. I want you to find out the third largest, fourth, fifth, sixth, or 10th, like that. And if I want you to find out the second smallest value, third smallest value, means if 0 is a low scorer, then who is the next low scorer? One mark scorer. Then who is the next? That is 0 is a one, that is lowest scorer. Then at second position I'll be having the another, third position I'll be having. Same way I can have the smallest and largest to be find it out. So let me check up with that. Within this value, what is the largest, second largest or third largest value? We'll find it out, right, students? How do we have to go with that? Large function is there. So click on that large function. Now it is asking two parameters. What are these two parameters? The value in which I need to find out the largest. Now largest maybe as a first largest, second largest, third largest. So that array set, that value set I need to provide as a first as array, first parameter. And second parameter I need to provide now who is holding the first position, who is holding the second position, who is holding the third position. That is first largest, second largest, third largest, fourth largest, like that. Got it clear? What are these two parameters? Similarly, we can provide for small also. First smallest, second smallest, third smallest. It means lower. Then again I need to increase the order. So here we'll go with the second largest. So with the maximum we can find out who is the maximum scorer, that is first largest. 40.3 is the first, right students? The second largest is 38 value. Within this, can you search here? And if I will sort it, we'll get that the sorting accordingly. Now we'll discuss the sorting separately, but see here. Now we're having 34, 27, 21, 33, 35, 40, and then 38. After 40, only 38 we are having. That is the second largest. If I change this to the third one, I'll be getting third largest as a 36.25, right? Students, you should do this also within your Excel sheet. That's the reason I have shared this Excel sheet. Otherwise, what will happen? You will forget these things and keep this Excel sheet with you. Sometimes if I practice these things and you get the data, keep it as it is and do separately without copy pasting, because you should get it. Unless and until you do that, it is not possible. Merely saying it looks very simple, but when we are actually doing, it will not be possible, because you need to keep in mind what is that function, how do I have to be applied, what are the operands I am supposed to be applied. That is very much important. Got it clear? So unless and until you practice, you won't get that. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now we'll go with the small function. Small function, select the small function, and then again two parameters. What are the first parameter, students? Quickly.
The
range.
array,
Range, that is the array. And second one, which
the
smallest?
position.
Minimum smallest, that is minimum or smaller, we have find it out. Smallest amongst the data value, we have find it out. So what we'll do, second smaller value, we'll find it out, right? Like second highest value, we have found it out. Same way, second smaller, we'll find it out. So with the second smaller value, which is the second smaller value? That's 27.75. Just look for that. Minimum value is 21.8. And after that, no 22, 23, 24, 25, directly 27 is there, right? That is the second smallest value we'll be getting, and we are getting, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, another statistical function we need to go with the standard deviation. Now, what is the standard deviation, students? You might have been discussing the statistics during your 12th graduation, or even in business statistics. This business analytics. You are looking for that. Can anyone?
How much the data is variable from the mean?
Very true. Absolutely. So that we need to be find it out. So there it will take only one parameter. Please understand how much parameters we need to be. We can find out the other things also, other statistical functions also. We'll discuss that. But with the parameters, we must know that thing. So what are the values? Like you know that you are doing hypothesis testing also. Directly using formula, we can carry out the hypothesis, we can find out alpha value, p value, everything we can do. But for that purpose, first of all, we must know that concept and what are this alpha, p value and how we need to be applied that. Everything we must know. Then only we can proceed. We are not going to do that right now, but just I am communicating you. So basic statistical functions we are covering it up. The standard deviation. The function is STDV. We are having the variations of that. If you are using older version, you may not get it that. This is for population and this is for sample. You know that the population formula is different and sample formula is different, right? If you're going with a population variance, the square of all values, it's a sum, then we need to be divided with the square root of n for population, and for samples it need to be n minus 1, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So that's reason it is given separately, but here we'll go with this, the standard deviation. Estimate standard deviation based on a sample. So we're going to be find out this STDEVA, standard deviation. So now I'll use that formula, and here I need to provide the range of value directly. That is value 1, value 2, value 3, and it will find it out that looking after its mean, it will show you that how much these are deviating from the mean line. The values are deviating. I have given the value range. Then now let me take up. It's going to show me the standard deviation as 5.5. Got it clear? If I apply it on other array, I'll get the same way. Students, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Any difficulty?
Yes,
Any
sir.
problem? Anyone?
No, sir.
No, sir.
No,
How
sir.
many are doing this exercise? Can you put up in the chat box? Good. Now the correlation. Okay, thank you. Please concentrate and do exercise simultaneously. Now what is the correlation, students? Anyone?
So it shows how two variables move with one another in coordination.
Right. So it says showing. So what is the value it is going to return?
Between -1 and +1.
That's what you need to keep in mind always. So output of this function is always ranging between
-1 to
Minus.
-1 to
or if it is returning 2, what does it mean?
high correlation.
Will it return that too?
No.
no, sir.
So
No, sir.
that's what application. Please be alert and see that. It means that if +1, if it is closer to +1, it's going to show me that the stronger correlation. If it is coming closer to 0, it means we can say that the relation is weaker one. And if it is moving towards the -1, it means
Low correlation.
Low correlation.
Negative
Or
correlation.
no correlation.
is it?
Means they are inversely proportional to each other if it is going towards -1.
Now,
Inversely proportional.
yes, inversely proportional. Now, if the intensity of season increases, it has good effect or adverse effect on health? Are you understanding question?
No,
Can you
sir.
repeat?
Can
No,
you
sir.
pardon?
If the intensity of season is increasing, what effect it will have on health? Adverse or good effect?
Adverse.
So it is having a negative proportionate value. If intensity increases, health decreases. Or human beings, health issue increases, right?
Yes.
It is having what sort of relationship? Inverse or direct?
Inverse.
Inverse relation.
Intensity increases with increase into the health, and now the value it is increasing, which has the inverse effect. So that kind of thing. But if you have sincerely attended the classes, do the exercises, whether your mark will increase or decrease.
Increase.
Increase.
So which effect it is?
Direct.
Direct.
That's what the correlation is about. So it shows +1 value, and when you go with the intensity and health issues, then it will show the -1 related values. And if you not find any relation, it will come 10 towards 0. Got it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So shall we go with the correlation now? Which two variables you want to choose me? Let me know.
CP and sum.
If you click on CP and
So we
sum,
can compare NCP1 with NCP2.
NCP1 and 2.
NCP1 and NCP2.
we'll compare NCP1 and NCP2 or okay, chalo, we'll compare. Correlation. Now what is the function? Correl. This is the function. So see correlation. Now first variable range I need to provide, right? The NCP1 value I am providing student here. And now the second range. Please understand what are the variables we are going to provide. The set of values. First set of value like intensity, variations of the temperature, and health status that I need to be provided. Like here NCP1 and NCP2 are entering, right? So NCP1 and NCP2 separated with comma. Array 1 and array 2. Now I have given both the value. Now let me check up. It is showing. What it is showing?
Negative correlation.
Negative correlation, but it is not.
Negative.
It is not as a closer to -1, or it is closer to -1, but it is negative, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So let me check up with the NCP2, right? Sorry, NCP3. We'll go with that. It is positive, or it is showing it's moving towards 0, but it's like we can say that it is, if it is a 0.98, it is closer to 1 strong. So, but still it is fine. It's having a strong relationship between that. Instead of this, if I'll go with this sum, now let me check. Still it is having the positive. It says a strong positive. It's 0.7. It's closing towards 1, right? Got it here?
Yes, sir.
So this way you can find it out, right? Right, students?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Now here I have
Yes,
given this. Don't go here. Now what is that? Rank is a function where it will identify. I need to provide the value to the. Directly speaking, this rank is automatically assigning a rank to the set of values which you have provided to the function, right? So rather of going separately, what I did, I have applied it here. Did you receive the same sheet where you are having the application of
Yes,
that?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I'll apply it here. So
Yes, sir.
don't copy that. Just go with this rank, because while doing the exercise yesterday here, this rank function is as an old function. I think it has incorporated in 2007 somewhere, and now it's what we can say that differentiation has come. Average and EQ. EQ is like same rank, but EQ has come up as a new function for this 2019. Both these functions are same. Now I'll go with this rank. There I need to provide the number. Now what that number is about? For which number I need to identify, for which number I need to give the rank. That number I need to provide as a first parameter. So I'll be providing this. For this number I need to define a rank. Automatically Excel will define the rank. That I am doing. Are you understanding, student?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Now, I need to provide the reference. With reference to what? The whole array I need to be provided. The reference values are these. All these values. Got it clear? Because now you know that. If I'm saying, now I'm the topper. No, where, what? So I'm the only person who have given examination, now I am the topper. Does it mean, or does it have any value? So amongst the class, among the college, among the university, among the whole sections, or among my section, or among the state, among the nation, I am the topper. Then it makes a sense, right? So that's what I need to provide the references. That's what exactly is here also. And now this we have done. Now let me give that. It is going to give me the rank file. So I'll copy this. See here, the same. These values I'll be getting. So if I copy here, you can find it out, students. Now this. Did you get it?
Yes, sir.
Now I'll erase and I'll concentrate here, right? So the same thing is this. Now here you can see we have the rank 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 is missing, 7, and we can say that 8 is also missing, 5 is there. So why this fee has happened? Because there are certain gaps between that, and based on that it is automatically assigned. This is what exactly. Now we'll go with this another function, rank average. Now what it will do? The same thing, I need to provide the number and I need to provide the range, right? Now please understand, students, whenever I'm providing the range, so reference is there. So if I define that range, I need to be put up the only variable name like functions rather of selecting range every time. So that is the benefit we'll be getting. So see here, I'll be getting that. Now let me check up with that what it is written. Now see here, this is what 2.5. Why this has returned 2.5? It means this 36.5 value is has made it as an average. Why average? Because the duplication of values, if it is found, it will make average and it will give that this kinds of 0.5 and average of that. That's the only thing. And if I apply this, sorry, rank with what is that? Okay, rank with EQ, it is same like this function. I'll need to provide number and the range. So it will like first range function. The same way it is applicable. So someone will get that why these things. I already told that this EQ function is duplication of rank. A rank was compatible with 2007, and this is compatible here, compatible with the updated versions, but still it is working, being supported by the previous versions. Fine, students. I hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now you might have been discussed this random between in ISM. Random numbers between, if I need to be generate the random numbers between 0 to, like suppose I need to enter the data, like suppose your marks. So marks, how much marks you will score minimum and maximum? Students, please. How much minimum and maximum marks you will score? What is the
0 and
minimum?
100. 0 and
Minimum
100.
is minimum is 0 or 1, or maximum is 100. No one is going to score more than 100, right? Because maximum limit is that. So if I wanted to be generated, like suppose I'm entering the marks of a subject. So there I need to be enter the numbers between 0 to 100, what the score is there, or 1 to 100, right? So I'll put up that the bottom number is 1, that is minimum number, and top number is 100. So what it will do, this function, it will generate the number, any random number between these numbers, or which is I'm giving as a bottom and top, right? Got it clear? Now this, why I need to be, suppose I need to be generate a series of numbers. Now every time if I click here, you can see these numbers. If I change a particular number, or if I copy this number, you can see this will be changing. Every time if I, now these are the only random numbers. If I'm trying to operate certain functions on that, it will change it automatically. Now see, with a smaller time period, I have generated the marks of 3 subjects. I'll consider it as an M1 marks. I'll consider, or I can consider it as an marks of your analytics 1, business analytics 1. Then I'll be considered as an business communication. I'll be considered this for as an OM or like such. Now see, whatever the operations I am applying, it is changing. So now suppose this data I wanted to use for my some operation purpose, like I'm going to be apply the correlation. Now I'll copy this data with values only. I have copied and now paste. While pasting, now what way I need to be paste? Please understand, students, the function of copy paste. Now I need to be paste this value. If I'm not using this, or if I'm taking same copy, the number is going to be changed, right? So I can't apply the functions. So to avoid that, what I'll do, I'll go with that. The paste special is only, what is that? It is pasting value. It is only value pasting. If I wanted to paste formula, I can paste the formula also, right? Paste special. So value I'll be taking. Now you can see. Now these values I have generated. Now any operations if I'm doing here, I'll change the subject from OM to supply chain. So you're changing now, but here it can't happen. Got it? Now I can apply different operations on this. Now apply the statistical functions, max, mean, correlation, relation. Then you can find out the standard deviation or the variance or like such. Got it? So within a smaller span of time, I did that. That's the only thing I can do. So the same way, I need to be go with this random function. So I hope you have understood what is this random function between.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
And now the random, another function is that the rand. What is this function? It returns a random number greater than or equal to 0 or less than 1. So if I wanted to generate the numbers between 0 and 1, I need to provide that. So for that purpose, no parameter is required because it is automatically generating numbers which is greater than 0 and less than 1, right? So how many numbers will it generate that? How many numbers are there between 0 and 1?
Many numbers.
Is there any limit?
Infinite.
So infinite.
That's what the concept of infinity came, right? That's what the concept of the irrational number, rational numbers came in mathematics. Now you can think logically, what is this mathematics? Why we were having this much numbers? So why rational, irrational numbers? We need to be look for that, or these imaginary lines and these kinds of things. And that's what nowadays the value of pi. You know that. What is the value of pi?
22/7.
22%.
What exactly is pi, students? Why this pi is statistical function again? Anyone is having any idea about this? Because this is being interesting, my interesting topic. That's why I came giving this example. What is pi? Why this 22.7? Did you ask this question ever to your one?
No,
Anyone?
it goes on repeating, and this specific decimal goes.
Okay. But why 22.7? Why not it is 30.7, or we can say that 20.7, or we can say that it's as a 124 by 30, like that. Why 22.7?
So it is the ratio of the circle's circumference to its diameter.
Exactly. It's ratio. It means, what is that? Whatever may be the circle which you are defining, or any particular thing. Now, wherever circle comes, this pi comes. How do I have to make a circle exactly circle? Otherwise, it becomes some other shape. If I not follow that ratio, 22 units of circumference I should have, and 70 units of circumference I should get. Then only I will be getting the perfect circle. That's what 22/7 is, nothing else. Got it clear? Now I try to find out the value. It is never repeating value. Yesterday only I came across that someone has from Switzerland or Greek, forget exactly, it's from Switzerland. You can Google it. They have set new record of finding the value of pi. It is never repeating. And now you can think of that. It is what? Limitless, infinity. But wherever you go, now see your limit. You being a human being, you can say that we have done this, that. But we are unable to find out the values between 3 to 4, 3.14. 3.14. And it is going on still. So wherever you will go, how much you will go, it will remain in between 3 to 4. Or 3 and 3.5. It will remain there between that. Am I right or wrong? Am I right or wrong? So now why we are that much found of to find the value of pi? Because that is challenging us. And that's what this is to be considered as a new measure for calculating the speed or strength of computer. So if a computer is finding the several trillions values of the pi and still it is not repeating, so that computer is powerful, we can say. Got it clear? That is what the limit we are having, and that's what the progress we have done. We are unable to find out this, right? That's what's the interesting part. Okay, coming to the point. So we need to be find out the values random between 0 to 1. Now, suppose I wanted to make it as an, so I can generate, if I again copy paste, I will getting these values. Those are again from 0 to 1. So now suppose I wanted to convert it into the 1 to 10. So what I will do, I will multiply this with the 10. So I will be getting that value from ranging between 1 to 10, right? If I multiply this value with 100, this value with 100, so I'll be getting value between 0 to 10, right? Right or not? Sorry, it says on 0 to 1, so 1 to 10, and now I'll be getting, if I multiply it with the 2 digits from 10 to 100. So like that, if I want 3 digits, then I'll go multiply it with the 1000 and that way. So I can generate. But random numbers you are having, you can have it to generate the numbers and multiplication of that. That's the only other way I am communicating, nothing else. Hope it is clear.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so next function. Now the text functions, date, arba. Now let me finish up this match, index and match functions first. And then we'll go text and it is taking too much time. Okay, fine, students, no issue. We'll try to finish it up. Now see, yesterday we talked about that the lookup and HLOOKUP function. Fine. Got it? So if a database is smaller and my value range is smaller, then VLOOKUP and HLOOKUP is effectively utilized, but left side and right side. But now here in match and indexing, if my database is a bigger one and I need to find out, I don't know how to find. Now in VLOOKUP, we need to give that in which column, which row we need to find out that value. Am I right, students? By giving the numbers. Here also, I need to provide that. Now VLOOKUP, see here. What we did yesterday. Now see here. We have given the value which we need to be find it out, in which table we need to be find out, and this is the column which we have given, or the row where we need to be find out that value, and exact match, and what we can say that the approximate match, right? But now if my rows, now this is HLOOKUP, my rows are limited, I can give that. I can count what is the index of this row. 1, 2. Yesterday students were asking what is the index. 1, 2, 3. Now think what will happen if I need to refer the 1001. So I need to be counted separately and then I need to give the index, right? So counting 1,000 row, will it be okay? It's fine, still okay, but it is consuming my time. So how do I have to increase my efficiency? For that purpose, what we'll do, this match function is there, which will find out exact row number of appearing of that value within a row and within a column also. And once we get that number, without counting us, itself it is counting with match where that exact value is. Like suppose I wanted to find out this MBA 10, or we can say that the 4 times 111. So which is appearing in row number 110. So now rather of counting manually, that match function will retain that value is appearing in row number 110. And that value I can use in my index. So within a row, I need to be find out that 104 row value. Got it clear? So I need to be use the combination of matching and index. Match will give me the exact location of that rows and column. And what is happening? It is giving me the number of actually that values row and number of that columns actually where that value is appearing. Let me give you the examples and how we're going to be find it out here. Now see match. I'll be looking after that the first thing. Now what is the match? Match function I'll be using separately. Now what is the value I need to give for that match? Please understand students, what is this match function? We need to use it in combination. Now match function is showing me what I need to find it out. Whatever the value appearing within this cell, this value, I need to be find it out here. It's match. M-A-T-C. That's match. Now it is asking me what value I need to look up. This value I need to look up, right? Right, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now while giving this lookup array I need to provide. So please understand here. Lookup array means I need to be give only the value in which column that value is appearing. That array I need to provide, not whole table array. Got it clear? This is very much important. So I need to provide, and please select only values. If I'm selecting the headings of this also, it may give the wrong inputs. Now this will be treated as in row 1 then. Now this becomes, now what will happen if I start number from here? 2, 3, 4. This number is, now here I got it is 5. And what will happen if I start numbering from here? 1, 2, 3. You got my idea? Now actually this is row number 1, but it is written in row number 2 because I have started numbering from here. So while giving the range of value, you have to be careful. I hope you are understanding, students. Is it clear?
Yes,
sir.
All students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Sir.
So now let me give this. Again, come to the match function. Now match function. What I need to find out, what I need to look up, this value I'm looking up, right? where I'm looking up within this column. So now it may be 1,000, drag it. Got my idea? Why we are doing this? In VLOOKUP, we are having limitations, so with that limited will go. But the same data set I'm using so that it becomes simple, nothing else. So rather of having 1,009 lakhs of records there, I need to be set the value and there. Now see here, I need to give the range name to this lakhs of records. 10 lakh rows we are having, right? So out of that 1 lakh, you are having the records. 1 lakh employees data you are having, or 1 lakh citizens data you are having. So set it as a value, name manager, and carry out with the operations, right? Now make this as an, if I'm using this continuously, make it as an which reference? Absolute reference. Got it? If you want to be. If I'm not changing value, I have to be make it as. Now see, this is what the value. Lookup array I give, and now I need to give the exact match or what we can say that the approximate or less than or greater than. So I'm going to give is an exact match, right? So it will give me the row number 10. This value is appearing, right? Which value? This 10 is appearing row number 10. Now let me check. Right? So this is the 10th row. It has written, this value has written match. Got it clear? So the value which I entered here is appearing row number 10. The same way I'll change. It is in 9. 7. Now see, 7, what is that? 7 value, right? Got it clear? Students, match function, how it works.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please see, this is very much important. You need to apply these applications everywhere. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now I have find out the row value. Now I need to find out the column value. Got it clear? So column value, this Mars 1, Mars 2. Now this is the, we're having the column 1, column 2, column, 2, 3, 4, 5, n number like I'm having. So I need to find out that also, right? So how do I have to find out? Again, use the match function. So what is that match function is about? Match, right? So now what am I supposed to find it out? Now here what I'm doing, now please understand students, within this, what I'm doing here, with associated of this record, I need to find out mark 1 value, right? Got it, students?
Yes, sir.
Please understand logic, what I am doing. With association of this student's record, I need to find out marks 1 column's value. So in a row 7, for marks 1, what is the value matching? I need to find it out. Got it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Everyone?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now
Yes,
let me go
sir.
with that.
Yes,
Good, good.
sir.
Now match. Again. So now what is the lookup value? What I need to find it out related to the student's one?
Mark.
Mark 1, right? So this value I need to give. So please understand, think logically. Otherwise, if I'm doing copy paste and that kind of thing, so we will not understand. Sir has given copy paste is carry it out. No. Understand the logic. Got it clear? Students. So now, same way I can find out marks 2, marks 3, marks, n number of these columns, whatever are there. So it will automatically return me the column number, like row number it has written. And where that row and column matches, that value it fetch. That is the cell address which will require. Am I right or wrong? Got it clear?
Yes, sir.
So now I'll need to go with the, give the, now please understand again this array, rather of giving one table value, I need to give this value where my column headings are lying, right? Earlier I gave my row headings. Now I'm giving a column headings because I need to search. So please see that what I need to search and where I need to search. Students, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So,
So my data is limited to this, that's why I'm keeping this. Fine. So now go with the approximate, less than or equal to. So I'll go with the exact match, right? Now see, March 2. This March 2s are lying in column 7, and this, what is the student's number 7? So how much marks are there?
31.
So I need to find it out. So index is going to return me that. So match is going to be return my row and column value, and index will fetch that value. Got it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So I need to use this function in combination. So now let me clear with this. So I hope you have understood how the match function will work. So I'll remove this and now we'll come here. What I'll do, I'll apply the same thing. Now here I'll apply that, right? Here I have done this. Now I'm going to say that whatever the value I have entered, now I'll check that. What I'll do, again go to the data validation and enter all this value. Right? How to enter the list of value I have shown you yesterday. So I'll quickly take this. So this value I'm entering, right, students? So now here I'll be getting this value, right? So whatever I have selected here, name of the student, I'll be getting marks 1, marks 2, and total. This is the value I have set it up. But it clear, students? Now formatting you can see how to apply. The borders I'll be applying here, and these are the headings. I'll highlight it as on a freeze it as I don't want to change it. Now these values are going to be changed, right? So here I need to apply the index and match function. Now I'll go with the index function. Now, what is the index function? Is index. What it does, it returns a value or reference of the cell at the intersect of a particular point. So where the column and row is intersecting that value, it is fetching. That already I communicated, right? Right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So please let me know that. Now see here, what I'll do, I need to provide the whole array I need to be provided here. And now row number I need to provide. Now row number, what I'll do, I'll need to give the row number as an. Now what I'll do, I'll find it out the Mars 1, right? This Mars 1. So Mars 1 of which students? Mars 1 of this, the same record will find it out. 2007, right? Sorry, that 1007. So its row number is 7. Directly I'll enter the value 7, right? And what I need to find out, row 7's record, but with what? As an column index 2, 3, or 4. So Mars 1 I'm finding is column index 2, right? Students, are you getting?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I'll close this. Now see, it's done. Now I know manually what is the index of row and column. I did that. But now think what will happen if lakhs of records are there. Lakhs of rows and 30,000 columns. Then how do I have to find out exactly row number and column number? So match is in my hand. Match functions. I'll find out the row number. And with the match functions, I'll find out the column number. So how do I have to do that? Let me show it here. Got it clear? Index, what it is doing, if I know row number and column number, it will return the value. Now with match function, I'll find it out. I don't know exactly what is that number. But with match functions, how to find out, I show that. Right? So I'll go here. Index. Students, are you getting?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now, what I need to search. So now whatever the record I'm finding it out, I need to be find it out in a whole table. This. Right? I have given the range of value. Where do I have to find out that? Right, students? Now I can make this as an absolute also, so that I can copy paste the formula. But I am not going to make it because I need to make you to understand this. So now what is the second parameter I need to give? Row number value, right? I need to find out the row number. So now directly I give the value. Now here I'm going to use the match function. So how to use the match function? You know that. Match function, look up value. What I'm looking, the value which is appearing here, right? Students, are you understanding?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Now what is the other parameter I need to give to this? Where I need to find out this value?
The range.
Range. Range means which range?
The
Match
marks
function range.
column.
Marks.
No, not marks one.
Roll number.
Roll
It's
number.
roll number column only.
Yes, roll
match
number
function.
column.
Match function. Please keep in mind this thing.
Yes,
Are
sir.
you getting?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Now I need to give the, what is that? Approximate or correct. Now with this I'll be getting my row number. So whatever the value I'm entering this MBA, any student's number if I'm entering, that I need to find out within this range, and it will return my row number where that value is appearing, right? I got a row number with match function. Are you understanding, students?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
All
sir.
students.
Yes, sir.
Now the third parameter of index I am providing. What is that? Column number. I need to find it out. So how do I have to find out the column number? Again, I will go with the match, right? So match. Now I need to find out what? For Mars 1, right? What value I am looking for that? Mars 1 for this student. Am I right, students, or not?
Yes, sir.
So
Yes.
Mars 1 for this student, I'll be giving this, and then no, not Mars 1 also. Let me check up this. This value I need to be give that. Otherwise, it should be matching it up. I have given this one. So what I'll do, I'll look for this one, right? Mark one, because this should match up with this. The field should be matched up, right? So that value I'm looking it up. So what is the lookup array? The lookup array is this. Oh, sorry, I need to be find out the column. Sorry, it was my mistake. So I need to be find out. I missed it out because of this changing of the name. Now, what is that? I am finding up this Mars 1. So where that Mars 1 is lying? Mars 1, Mars 2, Mars 3 total, where it is lying? The heading, right? The heading portion. So it will return that column number. So the value of range I need to be provided here. Now think, if I give this M1 and I try to find out M1 here, will it find? Field should be match up or not?
Sir, it will match up.
Right.
You have mentioned that.
Yes, that's what. So 0. I hope you have understood, students.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Now close this. And I need to close the index also, right? All parameters I gave. Now I need to be enter. Now let me check out. Is it the same? For 2, this is March 27. What it did for this number of student, now I need to be change it here, students. This March 1 should be match up. This I was saying. Here it should be the same. The heading should be the same. Right? Otherwise, what will happen? It will be mismatching while searching that. Got it clear? Is it true? Now I'll change this for this 3. What is the value it is showing? Oh, sorry, it has. Let me wait. Now, this is happening everything as we have referred this formula. Now I'll show you that. Index. What I'm searching of in index, the whole array is there. Once again, I'm showing students. Please understand, right? Now I need to find out the row. What row match? With match, I'll be getting row. What value? I'll be looking this value to be searched, right? Lookup value. Where I have to search? Within this column, I have to search, right? And that is exact match. Row number I got it for index. Understood? Now column I need to be find it out. Again match. With that I'll be getting with the what I need to find out this March 1. Right? March 1 field, and where it will find it out within this range. And now I need to be look after the exact match and close this index. Now let me. Did you understand? If I change this, you can see these values will be now sequentially will go 125, 2, 3 is 27, 4 is 28. It should come 28, right? Is it showing? Last will go to 14. It's a 38. Giving students, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
So did
sir.
you understand, or I need to be repeat this?
No, sir, it's understood.
So you can apply your these things, and now here it is been shown the same way. Now for this, you can apply row number. You can first parameter of the index is same. Like I need to search this and within this column I need to search. But when I'll go for the March 2, I need to be searched March 2 rather of March 1, and within this range I need to be searched. And for total also the same thing, and I'll get that. And drop down list, if I change, I'll get that accordingly. Right? Now the text function will be coming up. Quickly I'll be letting you know. There are text functions. These are the trim, proper, upper, lower, and length. Now what is this length? Now suppose certain times what happens, you have entered certain data which is having the unwanted spaces to be given at early, at latter. Sometimes the proper grammatical rules were not followed, like first letter should be capital of the name, or we can say that the sentence sentence type of we can say that formatting means always first letter after a completion of sentence should start with the capital. Or toggle means if the smaller letters are there, convert it as an upper are there, convert it as an lower. If all are lower, convert it as an upper. So that kind of functions we are having. And how do we go further? Certain times we need to find out the length of the particular word. So how do we find it out? So trim is the function, a proper is the function, upper, lower. So now what we'll do, upper function will find it out. What will happen with upper function? Now these are all text functions. So the value which we are entering to this is as a text. So what I'll do, I'll give you as a RAM. So what will happen? Just see. All letters is to be converted as in uppercase, right? Right, students? Now trim is the function. What is the trim function? It will remove all unwanted spaces in between letters. This is the function I need to go with that, and I'll need to be applied here. So now see here, as the formula has been set here, that's why it's automatically done. Now the space is there before that, it is removed, and proper means the first letter should be as a capital. So proper is the function. I'll be applied here, and I'll show that how this name should be appearing. So that, right? So now I'll apply this upper. Upper is, I'll apply this upper function to this one, because that is correctly entered. So all letters are in capital, all are small. Now I need to find out the length, how many characters, what is the length of that text? Because sometimes I require that to perform some operations. So the length of this will be returning as an thing. The functions I can copy paste, and I'll see that what is happening with this. Now Sham is written, unwanted space between Mohan Kumar is removed, Raju Lal, it has been also removed, Ram Singh, before, between also, and it has given only a single spaces. If I set with the proper, the first letters of that after spaces is been converted as an upper letter, that is an higher case, and upper, all letters are upper, and if I'll go with this, all letters are in smaller one. And if I copy this length, I can see all lengths of this particular. So this, now this name is of 11th character long, this is of 9th character long. So how much character long lengths are there? These are all the functions. The now remaining left, right, along with date function, we have left. Tomorrow or in coming class, we'll cover that, and then we'll go to the next operation. So please let me know what are the things we are discussing in today's class, and then we'll wind it up. What are the things we are talking about in today's class with students?
So we discussed about statistical functions, and then we discussed about the correlation, standard deviation, rank between rank number, index match, and finally text functions.
So hope you have understood those.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
sir.
So thank you very much, and we'll be meeting in next week with new contents. Thank you. You can take it.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome,
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome, students.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome all the students. Please do the practicing.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, can we not have rand between for decimal numbers, like let's say 4.5 to 5 or
Rand is having separately asked for that decimal number 0 to 1 in between that. But if you are going with the rand, then we need to be converted separately. We don't have it. Or if you are giving the values between that, let's try. I didn't check it that, but specifically for 0 to 1 we are having, so you can generate. I show that how to generate the decimal numbers with that.
Okay.
Multiplication 10, 20, 10, 100 multiplication with the 0 to 1 rand. As already I shown you that, right? So separately
Yes,
will not have that, but with the rand we can do that. But rand between it's as an integer numbers we are generating, right?
Okay.
Yes, Moksha, tell me.
Sir, usually we can keep it as 2 decimal points or 4.
Yes, what's the problem then? You can make it as a rounding. You can do after that if you want to operate certain functions.
Okay. So in exam also we need to do like that only.
Exactly. That's what I have shown those functions. Rounding, for what purpose rounding is round to the 2, round to the 1. So that can be done. Very clear?
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you.
Yes. Madhuri, tell me.
Sir, while finding the rank, we were getting like it was not constant, right? There were 4 twice. So in order to get a constant rank, like I don't want the ranks to repeat if the numbers are not similar. So in that case, I have to fix the like I have to put the dollar sign and fix the range, right? Then I would get the correct rank. Like
Yes, it is.
okay, yeah.
That's what. Whenever you are changing these values, as I already told that, that's the reason. Whenever I am referring this copy pasting kind of things, I need to make it as a fixed absolute references rather than having relative references. Always it's been communicated. Fine?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So
Yes.
while selecting the random numbers, we have taken a 5 cell range, and if you want to add one more range to that, one more cell to that, then all numbers are changing in the within the column. When
Random numbers are, that's what these are random. I shown you that the separate functions, it is changing. So if I want that to be for operation purpose, I need to be copy paste it separately and then perform operations. These are only the numbers randomly generated. Got it clear? I shown that separately also. That was the specific reason.
Okay, sir.
Got it clear? Because
Yes.
those are not for operation purpose. Only we can generate it randomly. And then for operation purpose, we need to take it as a copy paste only values, not formula and whole values. I shown that. Yes.
Yes, thank you.
Okay.
Sir, then what is the application of random? Like
That's
in
now I
real
communicated
life?
that. Certain times you need certain numbers immediately.
Okay.
For statistics analysis.
Like while allotting the enrollment numbers, we were given.
No, it is not that. It is allotment. Numbers when we are generating, it should be in sequence. It should not as a random.
Okay. Okay,
Got it
fine.
clear? So
Yes,
this
sir.
series you can generate there with providing those things. Field series will be effective there. Then. Coding and generate with that. Got it clear?
Yes, sir.
Random number is just I shown that application. If I wanted to do quickly operations on 3-4 data sets and that thing, I can generate copy paste and take the data set and carry out the operations. That's one thing. Or in somewhere you will require certain numbers to be carried out a particular randomly generated digits, and then you need to be look after the operations. There it is fine, but you can't do operations on random number. Please understand. Madhur, is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Welcome. Yes,
Thank
with
you,
any
sir.
part, any problem? Welcome. If you don't, then leave the class. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.